So I'm just going to kick it off, and if anybody has a reason to stop me, please do. So I just want to say good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the 2024 New Jersey Clean Communities Winter Webinar. Um, as you can see, we have over 150 people registered for today's program. So I want to thank you all for joining us. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Joanne Jamenden. I'm the Executive Director of New Jersey Clean Communities, and thank you for all your support throughout the year. We've been hosting this winter webinar since 2021. I think it's a great way, to get everybody credits before the end of the year and just serve as a review of what we've done and sort of go through what we're looking to do. What are our initiatives for 2025? So I'm really happy to share some ideas with you today. But first, I want to remind everyone that this webinar has been approved for 2 New Jersey Certified Clean Communities Coordinator credits, NJCC, and 1.5 Certified Recycling Professional credits. We have a great agenda and some exciting new announcements, and of course, interesting topics and great speakers. Our plan is to entertain 1 or 2 questions after each speaker via the chat. You don't have audio, so I will be reading the chat and asking questions to the speakers. And of course, at the end, we'll have more than enough time to go through all the remainder of the questions, if there are any. I just want to talk about successes, only probably important to me, but first, the New Jersey Clean Communities Council officially extended our lease at Kane University through the end of 2027. So I am personally happy to have a great home for the next few years, because Kane is just a great partner. And I talk about Emily, the intern, all the time, and she's part of one of the reasons we love being there, because we get interns every semester. A few more highlights for 2024, our statewide reusable bag resource center. I have a lot of big words to say today. Launched about a year ago, and it continues to be the go-to source for all the excess reusable bags in New Jersey. Of course, the bags are sanitized and donated back to help local food pantries and food banks around New Jersey. Happy to report that earlier this year, the New Jersey Clean Communities Council and Food Council were nationally recognized by the grocery industry for this innovative program. So I just want to, again, do a shout out and a thank you to all the towns and the counties that have worked really hard to make this program a success, and we hope to continue to grow in 2025. Also, this year, I keep saying it's next year. Also, this year, New Jersey Clean Communities became Instagram official with the help, again, of Emily, the intern. We developed a series of educational reels, all dealing with litter. Our topics include just general littering, cigarette butts, which are the most littered item in America, balloon releases, and of course, reusable bags. All of these reels are available to download and share on Litter Free NJ. Again, I always say this, if you want any of those reels, feel free to take them and brand them yourselves. If you can't, reach out and Emily will be more than happy to add your logo or anything else you want to the reel so you can post them. And before we get into the program, one of my favorite initiatives the last few years has been the Single-Use Plastics Video PSA contest that we sponsored in conjunction with the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. And this gives students in 7th to 12th grade, they're able to compete by developing a 60-second PSA designed to educate their peers on a topic related to single-use plastics or littering. 3 winners are chosen in each of 2 age categories. The winning videos were just announced yesterday, and depending on our technical difficulties, we're hoping to share both of the first place winning videos with you later this morning. but we're having a little difficulty with our sound. But one exciting nuance to this year's contest, the winning videos will be shown at the 2025 Garden State Film Festival at Asbury Lanes in Asbury Park in March of next year. So stay tuned for more info on that because I think New Jersey Clean Communities will be hosting like a pre-event down at Asbury Lanes. So hope you can all come, but invites will come. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all of our partnerships or all of our partners. Partnerships tend to make the sum stronger than its parts. So Clean Communities, I like to embrace all like new allies every year. This past year, we worked with NJCC to host 2 free lunch and learn programs to provide more credit opportunities. I'm happy to report that we will continue that partnership again in 2025. If you have any topics you'd like to see covered, please send them my way. Of course, our continued partnership with the Association of New Jersey Recyclers. As most of you know, Clean Communities and Anger hosted earlier this year our second annual Sustainability in Motion Conference. Next year's event is scheduled for March 5th through 7th at Caesars. Early bird pricing for exhibitors, I have to give it a plug, expires in January. So don't forget to register if you want to exhibit. I think we already have like 160 people registered, so don't wait if your budgets are still open. And of course, we want to thank Sustainable Jersey. They're always a great partner of ours, and I think we have similar missions. So let's get to our program, as our first presenter happens to be Samantha McGraw, who is the Senior Department Administrator for Sustainable Jersey. Sam will provide an overview of Sustainable Jersey, what they do, and I'm excited that she's going to introduce the new draft of the 2025 litter action. And before I turn it over to Samantha, I just want to say or give a special thank you to Rebecca Tiergan, who spearheaded this litter initiative, as well as Middlesex County's Carol Tomachevitz, Steve Rinaldi from the DEP, and Gary Sonnemeyer from Bayshore, who says he's retiring, but I'm going to hold on to him with, mighty grips because he's going to be sorely missed. So happy to have him on board to help out with that for it's been like a year in waiting, right, Sam? So we're all going to, Andrew. So we're all going to go dark. I'm going to stop talking. Thank you, right? I know that's what you're all saying. And I'm going to give Sam the opportunity to share her wealth. So welcome, Sam, and thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Joanne, for having me here today, and happy to speak with all of you. I'm just gonna get my screen shared. All right, great. Well, thank you again for having me here today. My name is Samantha McGraw. I'm a Senior Department Administrator with Sustainable Jersey, and one of my primary duties is to oversee the municipal and school certification programs for Sustainable Jersey. But I also support our waste management task force, which means I help in the development of actions, and I also review action submissions from all of our towns and schools that participate in the program. So as Joanne said, I'm going to provide a brief overview of Sustainable Jersey for those of you who may not be familiar with the program, and talk about our waste actions. Okay, so what is Sustainable Jersey? We are a nonprofit organization that provides tools, training, technical assistance, financial incentives, and recognition to support communities as they pursue sustainability programs. We are administered by the Sustainability Institute at the College of New Jersey. In 2014, Sustainable Jersey for Schools launched in partnership with the New Jersey School Boards Association and other educational partners. And since 2009, when Sustainable Jersey started, we've distributed over 8.1 million in grants to municipalities and schools through our Sustainable Jersey Grants program for sustainability initiatives. You can learn more about that on the grants page, and I'll also have a little bit more information later on in the presentation. Just a highlight of some of our program statistics. So since the municipal program started in 2009, we have 83% of the municipalities participating, 208 certified. And since the schools program started in 2014, we have 67% of the districts participating, 375 schools certified, and collectively, municipalities and schools have completed almost 28,000 actions. So a lot of collective impact across the state. So, the Sustainable Jersey certification program is made up of a number of different actions that encompass what we consider to be the three pillars of sustainability: people, planet, and prosperity. So you'll find actions in a variety of different categories. In the food, in the municipal program, we have a category for food, health and wellness, and of course, waste management, just to name a few. On the school side, we have actions tied to digital learning, green purchasing, and of course, waste as well. So the actions act as a roadmap to help guide municipalities in different initiatives that they can take to improve sustainability within their communities. And it's also customizable, allowing municipalities and schools to choose the initiatives that are most important to them. So, just to highlight our municipal waste actions, they're broken into three categories: general, recycling, and reduction. Some of the most popular actions include prescription drug safety and disposal, community paper shredding day, non mandated materials recycling, and recycling depot. And as you can see, we are planning to introduce a new litter prevention, education, and compliance action in 2025. And on the school side, we also have actions in the categories of general, recycling, and reduction. Some of the most popular actions in the schools program are food waste recycling or composting, materials reuse, and recycling non-mandated materials. Just to quickly highlight a few of the actions. So, the non mandated materials action awards points for recycling initiatives that target materials not designated as mandatory recyclable items as per the state law or the applicable county recycling plan. So, for municipalities, these materials must be collected locally on a regular basis, either through curbside pickup or drop off at the municipal depot. And for schools, we're looking to see that there's an ongoing collection at the school and that the materials are sent for recycling or reuse outside of the school district. And here I just grabbed a picture of the George L. Catrombone Recycling Center that was in one of their submissions. These are the different types of materials that you can get credit for in the municipal non-mandated materials recycling action. We've certainly seen plastic film collection as a very popular item that's submitted for points, and polystyrene collection continues to be a very popular one. And we're seeing more and more municipalities either purchase the densifiers for their own use, or in other instances, such as up in Bergen County, we're seeing municipalities, purchase the densifier but open it up to neighboring communities as well. On the school side, some of the popular items that we see submitted for points are recycling of ink cartridges, and crayons and markers are very popular as well. For the materials reuse action, we award points for initiatives that bring together residents or the school community to discard unnecessary or unwanted items with those looking for items in good condition. The programs do need to be ongoing, and some of the types of things that we see are online yard sale platforms that might be run for the municipality, free markets such as Summit's Free Market, book swaps, locker cleanouts and school supply swaps in schools, uniform exchange programs. So lots of innovation going on in this area in both municipal and school initiatives. Another action I just wanted to highlight is the Recycling and Waste Reduction Education and Compliance Action, which is a municipal action. This action awards points for developing and implementing a comprehensive recycling and waste reduction education and compliance strategy, enacting a municipal recycling ordinance that incorporates compliance measures, conducting regular inspections, and performing a robust education and outreach program. One of the components of the action is to develop an accepted materials flyer, which is a visual depiction of what can and can't be recycled. The idea being that hopefully it'll be easier for people to understand and see what it is that they can and can't recycle, as opposed to having to read a lot of text to determine that. And then education does need to be performed about both recycling and waste reduction. In relation to conducting inspections and informing, residents of noncompliance, we are seeing more and more people utilizing the tag system where they can leave a tag on bins that are not picked up, so residents are informed of, what the reason was that their bin wasn't picked up. This all further helps the educational component of recycling. And this action also awards an additional 5 points for the use of a recycling app. Um, so I know we're going to hear a little bit more about Recycle Coach in a little bit. Many municipalities are using the Recycle Coach app, and that's what they're submitting for here in order to earn those additional 5 points. So if you haven't already engaged with either that platform or another one to help share out recycling and waste reduction information to your community, please consider doing so. This is just a quick example of the accepted materials flyer that Glenridge developed for their municipality. They actually received a $10,000 grant through the Sustainable Jersey Grants Program for waste and recycling initiative. So that included developing the accepted materials flyer, doing education and outreach, and also setting up a composting program. All right, so now I just want to give a quick preview to the soon to be released litter prevention education and compliance action. This action was sort of modeled off the structure of the recycling and waste reduction education and compliance actions. So you'll see some similarities in the structure and the requirements. So the action encourages municipalities to think beyond typical litter prevention strategies, such as targeted roadside cleanups and once-a-year educational campaigns, and instead incorporate litter prevention strategies and behavioral changes into their daily waste management practices and information. So for this action, we're going to be looking to see that there is a comprehensive litter prevention education and compliance initiative. This means we'll be looking to see that a litter assessment or strategy has been completed, kind of taking stock of where you currently are in your municipality and what opportunities there are for improvement. The implementation of a litter ordinance that goes beyond the NJDEP litter control ordinance and the documentation of enforcement methods. We'll be looking to see that municipalities complete a litter data and survey form for one of their community cleanups. I just put a screenshot of the form on this slide here. So just to give you an idea of what we'll be looking for going forward, and this is a Clean Communities form. And then the development of a robust litter prevention education and outreach campaign that includes the posting of litter prevention or clean communities information on a municipal website page. The action certainly has a lot of resources that are available on the Clean Communities website to help facilitate your education and outreach campaigns. It's also going to award additional points for the use of the Recycle Coach Clean Communities package. So we'll probably hear a little bit more about this shortly, but one of the benefits of the package is for things like cleanup days. You have an easy calendar that residents can see when those cleanup days are and the details, so it's easier to just communicate with the community. And one recommendation is if you're not sure if this package is available, is to check with your county coordinator. It's possible that they might already have the package and be able um, to send it over to you to utilize with your community. So we're looking forward to seeing this action in the program, and you can certainly join our mailing list. And once the action does become available, it'll be sent out through our biweekly updates that we send out for the Sustainable Jersey program. Real quickly, I just wanted to highlight the Reduce, Recover, and Recycle Food Waste Toolkit for pre-K to 12 schools. This toolkit was produced by Sustainable Jersey and Rutgers Cooperative Extension, and it provides guidance, resources, and examples for addressing food waste while also promoting healthy food and addressing food insecurity. It covers a wide range of topics that include performing waste audits, reducing and recycling organic food waste, as well as waste from food packaging and single use items, recovering uneaten food, training staff on implementing food service best practices, educating and encouraging students, running school-wide campaigns, and using school gardens to promote sustainable food knowledge and behaviors. The toolkit also highlights the corresponding Sustainable Jersey for Schools actions that these practices correspond to. Funding for the project was provided by the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection through its Bureau of Sustainable Waste Management, so we are certainly very appreciative of that support. As a result of this project, we did introduce three new actions in the Sustainable Jersey for Schools program: the campaign to reduce school food waste, food recovery, share tables and donation, food service training best practices to reduce food waste. We were also able to update the waste audit and food waste recycling or composting action in the schools program. So if you are working with any of your schools and they are interested in doing food waste initiatives, I would definitely recommend that they take a look at this toolkit. I also briefly just wanted to highlight the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge. You may know that New Jersey was the first state in the nation to adopt climate change, education, and student learning standards. The goal of the challenge is to focus on middle and high school students, away from sort of the doom and gloom around climate change, and empower them towards finding solutions. So the way it works is that teacher registers a student team that's going to complete a school or community project that addresses a cause or an impact of climate change. And then those teams create a digital story video about the project. And then the winners are recognized at an awards ceremony hosted by First Lady Tammy Murphy. And they also receive grants to advance their climate education initiatives. We did have a number of finalists last year that produced digital stories focused on waste, including school recycling efforts and coordinating a clothing drive, organic garden and worm composting, reducing school waste, and establishing a school thrift store. So again, if you happen to be working with your schools, you may want to let them know about this opportunity, or even if within your municipality there's maybe an opportunity for a project, something to keep in mind. If you're not familiar with the Sustainable Jersey regional hubs, we do have 10 hubs around the state that help to build green team capacity through training, best practices, resources, and networking. The Bergen County hub has been particularly active in the waste area, especially around polystyrene collection, over probably the last, I don't know, 5 to 7 years or so. So there's a lot of synergies that happen within the hubs, sharing best practices and resources and kind of collectively helping move the needle. So if it's something that you're interested in, you can certainly reach out to me and I can connect you with our hub coordinator. You can also search our participating municipalities map on our website to see what certified municipalities have been approved for in their applications for certification. So you can search by action and you can view the certification report to see exactly the documentation that was submitted for approval. And you can also check and see what other municipalities around you are doing. So if you wanted to see what different types of waste initiatives were being done in a particular county, you could certainly use this map to do that. As I mentioned earlier, Sustainable Jersey offers a grants program, and we do have an open funding cycle right now that's funded by the PSEG Foundation. Um, there are two open cycles, one for municipalities and one for public schools. The main requirement is that the municipality or the public school does need to be registered with Sustainable Jersey or Sustainable Jersey for Schools to apply. Municipalities are eligible to submit for a 20, 10, or a $2,000 grant, and schools are eligible to submit for a 10,000 or a $2,000 grant. We've certainly funded a number of different waste and recycling initiatives in the past. So if there is a project that's on your wish list, I would encourage you to think about submitting an application. We will be holding webinars about both the municipal and school cycles next week. You can register for that on our website. And then the municipal applications are due in February on the 14th, and then the school applications are due on March 7th. Lastly, we also do offer a number of technical assistance opportunities. We do have Complete Streets technical assistance currently available to municipalities in the South Jersey Transportation Planning Organizations region. We have a recorded webinar posted on our website about that, and those applications are going to be due at the end of February. We also have technical assistance for a climate vulnerability assessment, which is going to support the completion of the new climate change related hazard vulnerability assessment action. We also have a webinar about that posted on our website, and applications for this technical assistance opportunity are due next Friday, December 20th. And lastly, we do have ongoing energy technical assistance available as well. All of this information, if you want to learn more, is also on the grants page of our website. And then lastly, a big thank you to all of our sponsors for both our municipal and our schools program. Without their support, we certainly could not make all of this programming possible. So thank you. Thank you so much for attending today, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Samantha. I was monitoring the chat and I actually don't see any questions for you. But you know me, I always have tons of questions. And I just want to say, like, you guys are so busy. You cover every single thing. But I'm really excited about the Student Climate Challenge. I think you know we do a monthly newsletter here at Clean Community, so maybe that's something if you, I don't know if you want to wait till you make announcements for the winners next year, or you just want to announce that you're taking applications. We would love to, if you know, share a newsletter
Yeah.
with everybody because I love that, and I think all the people that read our newsletter, and if you don't have our newsletter, go to njclean.org and just click the button at the top. Um,
Yeah, definitely. I can follow up with you offline and can work on that. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
but it was great. And of course, I'm super excited about the litter initiative. Um, and just to speak a little bit further on that, because just like Sustainable Jersey, New Jersey Clean Communities really wants this program to be a success. And we're trying to really give you all the tools in your toolkit, you know what I mean, to make it happen. So we are going to be sharing model ordinances with you and a couple other outreach ideas so you can actually tell your residents what your ordinances are, because I think that's an important part, your residents and your businesses, of course. And the litter survey, it sounds like it's a lot of work. We did a cleanup, I think part of the Barnegat Bay Blitz maybe, and I actually used a litter survey and it was really easy to do. So 1 out of every 10 people doing a cleanup just tick off, what you're finding, and people just yell like candy wrapper, napkin, bottle. But it just helps sort of take a snapshot of what kind of litter we're finding out there, and that leads us to, what do we need to work on as far as education or legislation going forward. And of course, the education component for the litter action. And Sam, remind me, how many towns right now are part of Sustainable Jersey? I want to say 370 something, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so I think we're at 466.
Yeah, so I'm going to venture a guess, that almost everybody on here, your town is part of Sustainable Jersey. And when the the final applications are due, you have to put all your points in. Your town will love you if you already say, oh, we did this, we did this, we did this, and you're eligible for points. So take all the reels that we have and put them on your website, and you're done. I mean, we talk about low-hanging fruit. And the other thing, and this is really going to segue into our next speaker, um, we have our litter calendar and for 2025. And what we did last year is we separated out all 12 months and we made that into something that you could just take that artwork for the month and share it on social media. So there's really not that much content you have to develop. It shouldn't take your people more than 10 or 15 minutes to brand it for your town, add, your folks' name and go for it. So just so you know, preparing you for success. So thank you again, Sam. I appreciate you. Stay on. We'll keep, monitoring the chat in case there's other questions that come up. And you also talked about the Recycle Coach package. So of course, our next speaker is Kim Stewart from Recycle Coach. She is the customer success manager for Recycle Coach. So success is in her name. Most of you are familiar with Recycle Coach, which offers waste and recycling information to all of its users. Last year, we partnered and collaborated with Recycle Coach to develop a Clean Communities education and outreach package, which included a litter calendar, which I just talked about, children's activity book, and other interactive litter outreach through the app. So we would ask questions, people would answer. It was a great success, which we're going to continue going forward. But did you know that there is also a separate Clean Communities package available just for municipalities? It's separate and distinct from what we at the Clean Communities Council offer you. So Kim Stewart is here and she's going to tell you all about it. And just remember that towns will get automatic Sustainable Jersey points for implementing this fantastic program. So again, I will try to stop talking and I will turn it over to you, my friend Kim Stewart.
Thank you so much, Joanne. I just want to say I was, first of all, very excited to recognize so many names when you're all hopping on. There are a few on there that I didn't know, so I think this is a great opportunity to introduce myself and the program. And to everyone I do know, hi, I miss you all. Okay. So, Recycle Coach. People get scared when they hear technology and apps, and they're like, I'm not good with apps. What do I do? It really is a very, very simple program. We do have a calendar, but we're so much more than that. So for those of you who don't know, we have actually been in the state contracted for 7 years. So for 7 years, this was a free program for you. And we just recently signed a new locked contract for 5 years. So we are here to stay. That's always people's concern. What if the state leaves? We are very much integrated into the state program at this point. So we are not going anywhere. And again, you'll hear me say this a few times. The state-run program is absolutely free. Nobody pays for it but New Jersey DEP. Last year alone, we had 3 million New Jersey residents on the app. Joanne's always been a huge advocate of us. When she was a county coordinator, she had her whole county on using it and active, and we are accessible in all 21 counties. She knows the power of it, so she decided to partner with us. We are also the founding sponsors of the New Jersey Sustainability Conference, which we love. I will see you all there this March. And he decided to make, again, these packages to use on the app. So it's a new way for you to give the education on litter abatement and have an easier function to sign up for cleanups. So again, we have education and then what we call the communication package. So the education has a 4-part video series, digital badges, which residents absolutely love, and 12 featured lessons. So every month there's a new one. Again, it's something where residents can go on, they see this litter abatement education, they can interact with it. It's all gamified so they don't feel that they're being lectured at, because that's a really big part of it. No one wants to feel lectured at, but they're learning through these interactive and gamified tools. We also have the communication package that allows you to put your local cleanups and even county cleanups onto the calendar, so residents can actually register right there on the app that they're already using. We collect all the data for you and send it over, so you don't have to worry about missing emails or going back and forth with residents on information. We're gonna do it all for you. Both of these package come with marketing. I know Joanne and the team does such an amazing job on, like she said, making a toolkit so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to create things, just post them. We did that for this as well. So we have, for both packages, additional marketing so you can promote these features to your residents. So this is an example of the education. This is the mobile version. It does mirror one-on-one to the web app version. You have your lesson, you watch the video, you learn, and the videos, they're perfect sizing. Some of them are short and sweet, about, less than a minute. Some of them are about a minute. But afterwards, you take a little quiz, you take a poll to see what you gained from that. As you can see here, people do care. Do you plan to make changes on your daily routine to help cut down on unintentional litter from single-use plastic waste? 69% yes. So yes, it's that simple. People sometimes don't realize that their daily habit can be causing litter. And once they're informed and once they understand the how and the why, they go, oh yeah, I can easily do that. And so this really, again, reinforces the gamified education so they can understand how to do better for their community. Then is the cleanup events. This has actually been a massive success. Several counties have paid for this, so please check in with me if your county has already bought this package. Off the top of my head, Hudson County and Middlesex and Atlantic County, the ACUA, they all have this package. People love it. It's so easy to use. So this is what it's going to look like on your end. Uh, you just need to fill out a simple form. It's that simple. What's great about it is it's your information. So we don't auto-generate it. So if you want specific details, if you need people to bring their own gloves, if you have gloves and you want to put that in there, you can. We don't create the wording for you. So it really is your messaging about your cleanup that will be on the app. This is what the residents see. So when they click on the calendar on the cleanup, they just simply, you have all the basic information, but then they click on event sign up. And that will bring them over to this page. Again, simple form, email, first and last name. We even put in there if it's with a party or a group of people, if it is with an organization, or if they're just volunteering. Again, we want to gather all that information for you so you don't have to go into the nitty-gritty. And then as you can see on the top here, this was Christina over in South Plainfield. She's absolutely phenomenal. She did this for, as you can see, in April, a cleanup she did. My daughter actually participated in it. And she had so many people come out, I believe, I don't remember the number exactly, about 80, that they were done early. And they cleaned up all the litter in their area to the point where she didn't really know what to do because she was like, oh, we're done. Because so many people came out, so many people interacted with it and signed up for it. It was such a huge turnout. It was a great event. Um, and again, it's because it's simplified. They don't have to call in, they don't have to email, they don't have to go back and forth. It's just a form. And then you can see again, to reinforce that it's all your own wording, she even puts in there was a pizza party that followed the cleanup. That was really fun. She got the pizza donated, and instead of handing out what I call tchotchkes, she had succulents to hand out. She had the high school make little keychains out of reused jeans, which was really cool. So she handed those out to people. All of it was so sustainable and all recycled materials. It was wonderful. So that is the power of this form, is the simplicity, and people do come out. The other great power of it is that people get reminders about it. So maybe they didn't sign up right away, they were busy, they forgot. Well, they'll receive a reminder, hey, we have this event. Do you want to come and join? So again, we always do that simple reinforcement without lecturing, but still being positive. Here is what it looks like for our marketing support. It's a simple OneDrive file, so you can download them all. You can edit them if you want to. Again, no, Joanne always makes sure that if you want to label it with your municipality or your county seal or any additional verbiage, that's more than fine. We have them for Facebook sizing, we have them for Instagram. And then what's really important here is that you see at the top, 4-part litter video series. Those videos that are on the app when you have this package, you can host yourself as well separately. So if you wanted to post just the videos on a particular website page, on your Facebook page, you can do that. So you basically, you bought these videos for you to use however you would like. So I definitely suggest you taking advantage of that, because most of the time it kind of becomes a hassle to take information from one technology to another, and we made it simpler for you. We want you to promote these videos. This is just a little visual again of the marketing. We tried to make it very clean. You see the New Jersey Clean Communities logo on them. Again, please use yours. Easy peasy, as I say, or actually as my kids say, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? You just use what we made for you. If you want to edit it, you can. If not, that's fine. So funding, that's the biggest question everyone asks me. You can use your Clean Communities grant money to pay for both these packages. Now, a lot of people have issues with their procurement department saying, oh, this is new technology. the great thing is it's not new technology. These are both packages that are added onto the technology that's already paid for. So it's not new. I work with all procurement teams and purchasing departments to make sure that they understand. I put in all the different contract information so they understand that New Jersey pays for the app. These are just additional add-ons. So your residents can get that additional education and outreach advantage that Joanne has created with you and partner with us. So again, you can use your Clean Communities grant monies to pay for these add-ons to the state Recycle Coach package. And that is all I have.
You, Kim. I'm monitoring the chat as we go. And I don't see any specific questions because, of course, you covered everything you needed to cover. I guess the one question that I don't know if we really have an answer is, what if your administrator doesn't allow you to spend it? Some may be just that they have a different use for the funding. But it's just, I think the message here is just that it's an allowable cost, and the fact that now, you can go back and say, listen, if we use our grant money for this program, we also get sustainable Jersey points. So it's another carrot to maybe get your administrator to approve this program. But I just want to say, of course, thank you to Kim. Thank you to Recycle Coach. 3 million users statewide. Why wouldn't we be using it? And just the biggest hassle when you're doing a cleanup, which is mandatory for your grants, is doing the registration. So having an app to be able to do it and remind people and give updates is tremendous. We are working with Jeff and Kim to try to make the reels that we developed shareable via Recycle Coach. So how cool would that be to take our litter reels and share them with 3 million users statewide? So thought it was going to happen in 2024, but I think it's going to be more of a 2025 issue. Technology apparently is not my forte, but I'm a numbers girl, so I will tell you, because we were crunching numbers yesterday. Since 2020, from 2020 to 2024, your grant dollars have increased by 41%. That's pretty significant when most budgets are drying up. And I know next year is, from what I hear, locally and statewide and even local governments, budgets are going to be a little tighter going forward. So it's nice to know that you still have Clean Communities money, and it's more money. It's gone up consistently since 2020, but overall in 5 years, it's gone up 41%. So thank you to the litter tax in New Jersey. So I think that was the other questions I received were relative to credits. I texted Carol Broccoli. I didn't ask for classroom credits, but if she gets back to me before the class is over, I will provide a definitive answer. And of course, you're going to get a classroom card, when I'm done. After this is all over, I'll send you a certificate of attendance. So that's all I have for this. Thank you, Kim. Please stay on as long as you can, because I'm sure there'll be questions going forward. Next up is our friend Andrew Clark from Q-Star. Their company has been contracted by the DEP to host illegal dumping cameras in 9 major cities in New Jersey. It's a new initiative. It's quite exciting, but Andrew's going to give us a status update and provide some other information in case those of you are interested in doing your own. So, Andrew, it's all you.
Thank you. I appreciate the introduction, Joanne. You can hear me, correct?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys have it here. So just to give you kind of a background, appreciate the introduction on this program. And so for probably the last couple years, but more specifically starting this August, we've been partnering with the state of New Jersey with illegal dumping. And illegal dumping, I'll talk a little bit more about that program within New Jersey, but let me kind of give a background how this relationship started with the state of New Jersey. So for those that are familiar with Camden Labs, there was actually a very area that would need to be redeveloped. Camden Labs was an area in Camden that was having quite a bit of illegal dumping. And they were spending over just the city alone over $4.5 million on illegal dumping, and there was quite a bit of cleanup that was involved. And so we were an instrumental part in helping redevelop this area. And so we helped stop the dumping at this area before they redeveloped into now what was called Whitman Park. And so that's how we got involved in the state of New Jersey. They were also involved in this, and they saw the success of this program, how we not only stopped the dumping, but also caught many dumpers at this area. And we were a key part in revitalizing into what's now Whitman Park. Here's some before and after images. Before, there was quite a bit of dumping. Again, we caught a lot of people at those areas as well, but also stopped quite a bit. And then we were a key part in the cleanup and installation, and now Whitman Park. And because of that success, New Jersey wanted to duplicate that success in other municipalities and through a program. And so we started a program, a partnership between the state of New Jersey and our company QStar. And the mission is to combat illegal dumping with proactive innovation technology. Now, every program is going to be different, but one of the key parts that we're trying to do is stop the dumping, deter it, enforce it, a mix of, but more than often what we're trying to do is just reduce it and make it so it's not happening in these cities. And so this program was launched at the end of August 2024. And as Joanne mentioned, there are 7 cities within the CCI. You guys might be familiar, some of you might be part of that, the Community Collaborative Initiative. I believe there's 12 municipalities within the CCI group. And there was several cities that were selected within this program: Paulsboro, Salem, Mobile, Camden, Finland, Patterson, and Perth Amboy. And the idea of this program is to help these communities through stopping illegal dumping at certain key areas. And so we've been part of this program to help with that. Part of that included training with a service contract along with tech support and consultation, because one of the advantages that we have as a company is we've been dealing with illegal dumping for over 20 years. And so we have quite a bit of expertise on this. And so we've been helping the state of New Jersey, but also these cities. They have a resource that the state has been paying for, so that we're able to help them consult different locations on illegal dumping if they need that. And so again, this is a program that's kind of all inclusive, including stopping the dumping, as well as a program to help enforce it. And so just kind of an introduction who QStar is. QStar is the innovator of a technology called the flash cam. And so it's been the basis for numerous programs of illegal dumping, park vandalism, and theft, right? We're solving quality of life crimes. We're helping improve the quality of life for many residences. And we've been saving millions and millions of dollars across the country on these sorts of issues. And in particular, with the state of New Jersey and Camden, we've been helping with illegal dumping. And so our focus is on proactive deterrence, so stopping dumping, and enforcement to help curb the illegal dumping as well. And so what we found with illegal dumping technology, or helping stop illegal dumping, is you need both a deterrence and enforcement. Now, the deterrence is an idea to help reduce the workload, offload the labor costs, and enforcement is more the ability to catch them in the act, prosecute them and issue fines. Now, not every city or township has the infrastructure to do the full enforcement, and so some lean more towards the deterrence, but I would say there's kind of a mix of both with these within the municipalities that we're helping within the state of New Jersey. And one of the key elements that you do need with enforcement is portability. So something, because these dumping areas are normally in a remote area, normally in a wooded area or an area where no infrastructure is around, and it also moves around. And so you need something that doesn't require that sort of infrastructure. And that's why we've been helping these kind of more anywhere from urban to rural areas, but then also you need something to be able to catch this person, right? Being able to get a high res image on something like this. And so some of the applications that we've been helping solve within this program is side of the road dumping, remote locations, dead end cul-de-sacs and streets, green spaces, public property, alleyways, residential properties, and multifamily complexes, along with a lot of recycling centers and drop-off sites and transfers. I know within clean communities, probably a lot of you guys are in recycling centers and drop-off areas. One of the biggest problems is people dump right in front of the recycling during after hours, or during the holiday hours when you guys aren't staffed all the time. They're dumping there, and they're dumping the wrong type of items. And so there's some ways that we've partnered with some of these cities in CCI to help stop dumping when these areas are happening, so they're not spending resources cleaning it up. And what we found is our customers have reported nearly 100% unwanted activity where we've been partnering at these hotspots, right? Nothing is 100% throughout the entire communities, but for the areas that were, like, for example, in Camden Labs, caught a few people, then we were able to stop the issue, right? Recycling centers, drop-off sites, very common that not only does the problem go away, but it stays away as well at these areas. And so I'm going to kind of just briefly talk about how we've stopped the dumping at these areas and enforce it at these areas as well, right? This is a prime example of a repeat theft scenario, doing something they shouldn't do. And what happens is it's triggered by motion, and this is what happens here.
Stop. This is a restricted area, and your photograph was just taken. We will use it to prosecute you. Leave the area now.
So right there, system paid for itself, right? Metal theft was not done. And so how this works, this is triggered by motion with a very bright flash and a custom warning message that enables the deterrence. And what a lot of people are doing at these transfer and drop-off sites, or even hotspots are having dumping, is it'll come on when the facility's closed, or sometimes they'll do a custom message. Hey, this is for trees and yard waste only. Don't put your styrofoam, or don't put your, and it kind of works as a deterrent as well at these areas, so that you don't always have to be having someone manning these areas, particularly on the after hours, right? And so this technology that we're providing these 7 municipalities and also many others in New Jersey this is a complete system, right? You don't have to deal with the power and networking. It's portable, something you can move around. It's self-sustaining, eco-friendly, solar charged, right? Ability to wirelessly get images if someone does the crime, where more often not, the problem just goes away. And so it works as a portable system that you can easily move around. Now, one of the key factors that we've told these cities that we're working with is part of it is there's some sort of accountability. Every month we've been working with them on these areas, but also they need a bucket truck to be able to move these systems around. Now, not every city has that, but you at least need access to that, or build the ability to move if you want to get the most out of a program, right? You're not going to, if dumping moves from this location to the next, you want the ability to put something up at an area. And so all these cities have at least access or a partnership with something like a bucket truck. The other aspect that's causing as I'll show you in a second, the success of these cities is someone to take full responsibility of the program, right? We understand there's a lot of tasks that people do, but these cities that are dealing with this, they're taking ownership for solving the illegal dumping. And because of that, the technology is very effective, right? And so they move it around, they enforce people, they stop it. They're seeing huge amounts of reductions in dumping, right? And just kind of a highlight also as well, this technology it is also something that vandal resistant, as I showed you there. Now the enforcement side, one of the key parts is the ability to catch them in the act, right? Something that's high res, and so this technology is still image, and so you're able to catch license plates very far distances, tattoos, everyone that's been prosecuted here. And as you can see, also license plates from pretty far distances. These are all been from customers of ours, and pretty extreme angles, right? And so, because one of the challenges at these areas, it's normally a remote area, normally a vehicle is involved, and it's usually bad lighting, and having something to be able to catch a license plate is able, or catch the person in the act, you want a higher quality system that you're able to actually identify them even at night, right? Now there's all sorts of systems out there, but one of the challenges with video in general is the resolution is not going to be that good. And also you're going to need power. And so one of the reasons why we've been partnering with these cities is having a higher quality system that you're able to actually identify them at night, during the day, but also deter them at these areas. Now, let me talk about the success. So that's the company, what we've done, and and how we've been helping them, particularly is with the technology, training them on the program, and then the support to be successful. But really, it's these cities that is creating the success. We're just a tool. We're just a manufacturer of a specialized tool that sees a significant results in dumping. But these cities are taking ownership of the programs, and they've already seen, it's only been a few months, and they've already seen reported results from the proactive deterrence, right? I hear time and again, where we put the technology, the deterrence is working. Number of dumping incidents have gone down. The area is completely stopped, right? Reduction in total incidences. No illegal dumping where the camera is installed. Paulsboro, one of the communities that we're working with, they're, as I mentioned, using it as a drop-off site. They've also been issuing fines and warnings. And so what they're doing is they're putting it when the facility's closed, when they just drop there after 6 or 7, whenever it's closed, it actually tells them not to dump. Now, some people still dump there, surprisingly, and then they've been able to issue warnings, hey, don't do this again, or we're going to issue a fine. And that's caused a big deterrence effect. Now, other communities like Meville here, they put it at a site after hours. This isn't an image they provided just a month ago. The area completely stopped, and they were getting frequent dumping at this area. This is not an edited photograph, but if I were to edit the highlight there, you can see actually dumping inside that vehicle where he was going to dump right there. Didn't dump there. The camera system went off with the bright flash, with the voice, completely stopped it. Now he's going to be moving it at some other location because of just the effects and how this technologies work at the dumping. So that's just kind of the highlights. These as I mentioned before, there are 7 cities that are using this technology within New Jersey. There's many others, I think, as well. But one, in terms of the program we have in the state of New Jersey, we've already seen quite a bit of success with this. And the whole idea is to stop it, right? To deter it or to enforce it as well if they do choose to jump. Now, funding opportunities, right? Something like this is not free, but there are funding opportunities, Clean Communities money. Joanne can even talk about this too. You can use that money for a program, right? That grant money, this is a lot of communities that I'm talking to are actually using that funding for this. And so it's a great way to be proactive, right? One of the things that I think that we've seen in statistics in a lot of communities, how much money and time and resources are you spending on dumping? And if you're able to stop those issues, well, now how much more to your budget and resources can you be getting, but also improving the quality of life for residents within your community, right? So there is an investment for something like this, but once you start that investment, there's going to be a return pretty quickly. Depending on your involvement in the program, you'll be able to get results. And so that's my contact information. Andrew Clark with QStar Technology. I have my email, website, phone number, and extension. And that's pretty much my short little talk on the program.
Now, that was actually great, Andrew. I can guarantee you there's at least 100 people on this call right now that are going, oh my God, we need that, because we have people coming to our depot and doing things they shouldn't do. So a couple things. Obviously, Clean Communities monies, grant funding can be used to combat illegal dumping and to put cameras at hotspots. But there's also recycling grant funds that can be used, especially to monitor your recycling facility. I would also encourage you to throw your email in the chat, just so people can go back to it. I threw Kim's in there before people were asking. So when I just really want to give it, a shout out and kudos to the cities that are, implementing this program. Obviously, the DEP is funding this initiative, but cameras are only one part of the program. You need to have follow-up. The clarity and resolution of these cameras is so important to the process of doing enforcement. So, but you need to have folks in the administration that support it, because a lot of times they don't want to do that. So I think it's critical. And, I look forward to hearing, quarterly reports from you along the way. Not that we want to shame people, but we kind of do if they're doing bad things. And we want to, I think another thing to add to the arsenal, to prevent litter rather than spending all this time cleaning it up. So I don't see any questions for Andrew at the moment. So if you can stop sharing, but stay on. Don't leave us just yet, because we never know how many questions we're going to get in the next half hour. So one last thing from me before we move on to our final speaker. I'm hoping, double fingers crossed, that we will be able to share the winning videos from our video PSA contest. As I mentioned earlier, we have 2 categories, 7 through 9 and 10 through 12th grade, 3 winning videos in each category. I will say, before you come back at me, this was sent out to the superintendents. Unfortunately, not all of them were shared with the schools, or maybe the schools didn't, didn't find it within their purview to do it at the beginning of the year. But we only had videos submitted from like 5 different counties altogether. So it's not my fault that a lot of the videos that won were from 1 or 2 counties. It's just that's where they were submitted from. So we're going to try, I'm going to give Ellen a cue to show the winning video from Keone Bahetti, who's an 8th grade student at the William Satz Middle School in Homedale. I'm going to see what happens.
Yeah, Andrew, you need to stop sharing your screen though.
Oh, am I sharing it?
No, Andrew, I think is.
Oh,
there we go. Thank you.
I don't have, I hope no one's seeing what's going on my screen. Just kidding.
Okay.
Let's cross our fingers.
Okay, so the first one.
So far, I see it.
Great.
It's only 60 seconds, people. It'll be fine. told you we've had technological issues all morning on this. So,
Sorry, that didn't work.
no,
Okay, can we do the second one first?
we can try anything.
Okay, let's do the second one. I have that geared up.
Okay. We don't, oh,
Can you see that?
I see it.
Just one more bottle won't make that big of a difference, right? Wrong. Every year, over 33 billion pounds of plastic are thrown into the ocean, killing over 1 million marine animals. Luckily, the New Jersey Get Past Plastic Law is here to help. By banning single-use bags, polystyrene from food service products, and making straws available by request only, 60% of plastic bags have been reduced since 2022. So how can you help? You can go to beach cleanups, or even turn your trash into art. Use reusable water bottles and biodegradable food packaging. No matter who you are, we all need to work together to stop the plastic problem before it's too late. Remember, human created means it can be human fixed. Just one more bottle.
Yay, Ellen, it worked.
Okay, okay.
Now that was
All
our,
right.
I think Mariana is an 11th grade student in Freehold. So kudos to her. And they actually, the winning videos get a $1,500 Amazon gift card. So it's, it's a pretty big win for them. Ellen, do you want to try showing the other one, or do we just gonna take the win? And they are actually, it's fine. We'll see if we can do it at the end. They are posted on our Litter Free NJ website, the 2 winning videos, under the video PSA contest. So if we can't show the other one,
Yep. Let me try it, and then maybe we could do it at the end.
okay, yeah,
Okay, after
yeah,
release. Okay.
perfect. So just thank you for indulging me. It's one of my favorites, just to know that our students in New Jersey are engaged in, litter abatement and, the environment. It's always really touching to me. And again, these winning videos are going to be shown at the Garden State Film Festival. I think it's Sunday, March 30th at Asbury Lanes. Like, how cool is that? If I was a student and I got to do that, I think it's awesome. So finally, our final presenter today is Elise Barron or Barone. I know you for 20 years and I never really thought about it till right now. Everyone should know Elise from Sayreville. She's our resident teacher and educator and humor provider. She always makes us laugh. She's going to provide some unique educational initiatives to combat litter behavior. But like I said, she's a great friend and a great partner, and she's always there to do some education. So without further ado, I say that a lot, but Elise and I never fail to just take up, space in an environment, right? We just keep talking and talking, and I'm so guilty. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to turn it over to you, Elise, but I'm going to laugh at your jokes. So I may keep myself unmuted just so I can laugh.
Okay. Well, thanks, Joanne. I know we did have one comment about a restroom break. But I'm going to need all 45 minutes to talk. No, I'm kidding. Joanne said we could finish early unless you want to take a restroom
I was
break,
gonna
Joanne.
say, I have no qualms if
Okay.
I kind of feel like we can do that now, and maybe we'll put Ellen on the spot to try to show the second video, because I don't want anyone to miss out on what you're going to talk about, because to me, it's going to be such a great takeaway. So, I can't see anything. What time is it? 10:17. I'll give everyone 3 minutes till 10:20, and then at least we'll have you present
Oh,
at
perfect.
10:20. So,
Okay.
you probably have to stop sharing.
Okay, let me
I know,
Stop share. Okay, I'm good.
I'm gonna fudge it all up here. Poor Ellen, we're putting her on the spot. If
Okay.
not,
No, it's okay.
that's-
I'll try it. I'll try it again now. Can I do it now?
sure,
Okay. See you at 10:20.
Oh,
you don't go
Great.
anywhere. We see it, but it's definitely different than the first one. The first one, oh, good.
Plastic is taking over everything on Earth, harming the beautiful wildlife that lives there. By 2050, ocean plastic could be found in 99% of seabirds. It is estimated that there are 170 trillion pieces of plastic in the entire ocean. About 1 million seabirds and 100,000 marine animals die from single-use plastic each year. Is this disturbing to you? Good, because millions of animals are suffering right now because you weren't paying attention the last time you threw away plastic. That's why New Jersey has created a ban on plastic bags and polystyrene foam. Throw your trash in the correct bins so it doesn't end up in the ocean or on land. Next time you shop, use reusable bags. Instead of plastic straws, use paper and agave straws instead. New Jersey needs you to help make the earth clean again.
Again, that was submitted by an 8th grade student. We got a lot of really good ones. Like I said, we do have first, second, and third winners in each of 2 different age categories, all of which will be on Litter Free NJ. Right now, I think it's just the 2 first place winners because we haven't notified all of the winners yet. And I also want to do a shout out real quick to Rebecca Tierrigan, Carol Tomaszewicz again, Elise, Erin Jensen, Jenny O'Sullivan, Samantha DeFrancesco, Eric Ascalon, and I'm probably missing someone who served on the review committee. It takes, believe it or not, a lot of time to review videos because you have to watch them again and again and again. And you know, we fought for different ones, but it was a pretty much a consensus as to who was going to win first place. So again, thank you to everybody. And I encourage you to, you know, share them on social media. Use all the resources we have on Litter Free NJ. So of course it's 10:20 because I always say I could keep talking forever and ever. So Elise, I don't know if you are back.
I'm back.
So I am gonna
Okay.
and turn the screen over to you.
And I will share. Let's see how that works.
And I just
Okay.
want to say thank you for all your Christmas decorations too.
Well, you know, I was originally going to be upstairs in my conference room until I decided they had no background.
No,
I
it's
started
perfect.
to I started to bring things up and then I decided to do back down. So hi everybody. It's so nice to be here. And I love being the last speaker because when I'm done early, we're done early. Joanne said we don't have to go to 11. So this is the only slide I have then. Joanne, I'm done. No, I'm kidding. I do have some really great things that I really want to share. I want to thank everybody that's helped me with some of their programs, and you'll see. And this was about like fun things we could do with clean communities when we have our programs. So look, we all know how important it is to get the community involved, and they love the fun events. It strengthens our relationships. It creates support with the community. And in the meantime, we're educating. So it's like a great program and it's a lot of fun. So some of the things that I do and some of my fellow coordinators do, and I'm sure a lot of you do these things, are Community Day, Earth Day, parades. And if you're not doing them, please, maybe you'll think about doing it. 4th of July celebrations, green fairs in school and in the schools and the communities, and National Night Out. Halloween, I don't know how many of you thought about Halloween this year. And there's an other, which is pretty exciting. So, and I'll show you that. So the first thing that I wanted to show you was some parades. So I got information and programs from other coordinators. And one of the unique things about clean communities is how we share all of our information. And it's really important. So feel free to share. If you ever have a really great idea, send them over to Joanne. We do have on our best practices, great ideas. And this way, and we've mentioned this, don't reinvent the wheel. Use our ideas, brand it for yourself, and it makes it a lot easier, unless you want to be creative. So this was South Plainfield. They do an annual Labor Day parade. Thank you, Christina, for sharing your slides. She did this awesome float. She got this truck with a flatbed, which is a feat in itself. And it was awesome. And she hooked up with her environmental club at the high school, and they developed this frozen float, which is awesome. They did such a good job. So they have the trash area, they have the recycling, the curbside recycling, they have their lights. And so when they went down their main street during the parade, they branded all their information. And it's a real good way and fun way to get, your information out. And then there's Christina having an awesome time. It looks like she really enjoyed doing what she did, riding in back of the float with her friends. So, she's having a good time and everybody there is having a good time. And then what she did, which was so clever, was for her fall cleanup activity or event, she took the pool noodles that had been on the float, made them into pumpkins, and then gave them out at her cleanup event, which was such an awesome idea. So thank you again for sharing your ideas. And that's what it's all about, that we can share our ideas. Partnering with like local groups are real important. So of course that's me. Hi. My friend Oscar, all of you that know me know I bring Oscar wherever I can. Hopefully not in 100-degree weather, but this was a little cooler. And that's somebody from Middlesex County. So we did a day event. And all my volunteers were doing other things that day. So the county and I worked together. And that's where you can collaborate with other organizations. I'll always coordinate with my environmental group, with a high school group. And then we're expanding your reach. So you're able to get more people involved and, there's more stakeholders and it just supports our program and everybody comes by and, they love getting involved. This is somebody from my parks department. He was so excited to be able to drive around Oscar. And somebody from my parks department was so excited to dress as Oscar until, of course, it was too hot. Oscar doesn't have any air in it. I had done a parade many years back when I first started, a Memorial Day parade. And by the end, I had heat stroke. It was just way too hot. So you have to know when to take out your hot costumes and when not to take out your hot costumes. I did also an environmental fair, and I don't do these by myself. I don't need to do these by myself because we have such great resources. And so we had Rutgers Cooperative Extension come, Perth Amboy came over to help, Monroe came over to help. And as Oscar or anytime anybody else needs any help, I am always more than happy to share because we work together. We played some great litter games. We also did a cleanup at this event. So, we were partnering with other towns and we were doing other ideas. One of the other things you can do, another really great fun event is like a litter cleanup walk. So my Boy Scouts do this during their camping trips. If you have local Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts in local areas, this is Capic Nature's Preserve in my town. And and they have a lake, and it's such a beautiful area, and they have a Boy Scout camp. So they go for 2 days. And then what they do is during their walks, they're doing litter pickups, and they're having fun. They love being involved. They're such a great group of volunteers. We do scavenger hunt. So we give them the papers. I'll give them all the stuff they need for their cleanups, and they could do a scavenger hunt and have fun while they're doing it. This was something else I came across that I will probably do during Earth Day, but you could hide little treasures too. So maybe when somebody finds a treasure, they can bring it up. It's always fun, making games out of things. Just some other ideas. So this is, and I don't know if we have somebody from Hillsborough on the line, but this is something Hillsborough did. This year they did a litter con. How cute is that? And this is so creative. And again, you can do it. Hillsborough I called them up when Joanne had told me about it. They were more than happy to share all their information. And that's what we do. We'll share everything. So I had pulled this off of their webpage, and I spoke with Justin from Hillsborough. He said it was an awesome event. They put this out. It was very clever. It was great. You're going to see that in Sayreville next year for sure. So what the community does is you can dress up as Santa, Elf, Grinch, or any other holiday attire costumes, and you pick a spot around town. This was how they organized it. So they pick their own locations. So you can have different locations that they're picking. They're provided with pickers, gloves, vests, safety sheets, and of course, Santa hats. When they're done, they send the pictures to where they left the garbage, and someone from the town picks it up. So it's a whole town-wide thing. And then after the event, whoever's doing it is going to fill up the cleanup summary sheet. So they have all that information. They submit it to Hillsborough. Hillsborough submits it to New Jersey Clean Communities. So we have that backup and information. And what they did these past few years, which is such a great idea, they partnered with some local restaurants. So they gave coupons to whoever participated of a way of saying thank you. So more people got interested. Like, what a great way. Look, we all know food brings everybody out. So that was really great. And Hillsborough, I'm so impressed with this event, again. And these are some of the pictures that Justin had sent over from Hillsborough. How cute are these? They're around parking lots and in parks, and it really does look like they're having a good time. This might be something good to give to your Boy Scouts and your Girl Scouts too as an event. So this next fun event, Halloween, which happens to be one of my favorite holidays. Again, South Plainfield. Christina sent this over. She shared it. She did awesome. So this was what they made up for Trick or Trunk. Now, most towns now are doing Trick or Trunk. I love them. It's great. All in one spot. So she made up this. I do have a closer view. So she made little headstones, and each headstone has glass bottle, how long it takes to decompose, a cotton shirt. This was so clever. It was such a great idea. And you can do that and then, be at the event. And then as people are walking by, of course, they're looking at it and they're commenting. And again, here's Christine. Hi, Christina. Having a great time. You can tell Christina really enjoys what she does. And I think that is so important. I'm so glad she's on board. This is my Sayreville Clean Communities. I did not have anybody to wear the costume for this Trick or Trunk. So I put him in my garbage can, which where else does Oscar belong, really? I mean, I've done it where I've worn it and then, and then I made up our car with little, scary things here and there, recycling, clean communities. And as people walk by, everybody liked Oscar, pet him. And then there's my branding, there's Sayreville. So this last year, I was doing a cleanup. I got this idea, love it, love it, love it. I got this idea from the Watchon Nature Preserve. Again, we share. So a few years back, I'm not sure how many of you were on that webinar. They showed some of the things that they had made for their nature walk. And they had beautiful butterfly wings made out of bottles. I don't know how many might have seen that at one of the events Joanne had run. They had turtles. They had a dolphin with all the information. And I love the idea. So of course I copied the idea. Because I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. So, and please, if you have a chance, look up, look them up because they did a really great project. So at one of my cleanups, my local Girl Scouts were working on their silver award and they asked me if I had any ideas. They wanted to do a project and I said, yes, I would love a turtle made out of plastic bottles. No, I know this doesn't look like a turtle. I asked for a turtle. But you do have to remember when you're working with young adults, your idea and their ideas might be a little different. I don't know how they got a turtle out of this, but that's okay. So I have an area in this local park that has a lot of turtles, and I was going to place it over there. And then to find out after talking to Watchung, these things don't weather that well, and the girls wanted to do a ladybug. So I said, okay, I'd love a ladybug out of water bottles. I contacted my local art teacher who loved volunteering, and they came up with this project. Honestly, I don't know if the girls would have been able to do it by themselves. They needed an adult mentor, and we needed somebody who had some kind of idea. So they came up with this awesome project, and I say that because I use this awesome project for my trick or trunk. So this was what I did this year. My ladybug is there with the table. My car is all done up. Of course, if you have a ladybug, you need to dress like a ladybug. So I bought a ladybug costume.
I love it.
And I stood there in my costume with what they did. And it was great. Look, you have to have fun. It's all about having fun. Joanne will tell you that. We have a good time wherever we are. So here's the project a little bit closer up. I did want you to see it. It has 138 bottles. They painted the inside of each bottle, and the art teacher actually put lights in the back of each one of these bottles. That is at night during the event, and everybody who walked by stopped to read the information, to look at the bottles, to talk about. It was great. It was a win-win-win event. A little closer up in my car, I threw bottles. I did the plastic bottle thing, the information about the ladybug. So now this piece is sitting in my water department, tax department. So as people come in and pay their taxes and water bill, which most people do, I don't know why they don't do it online, but so I'm getting a lot of people who get to see all this information. So again, this was a win project. And please share anytime, anytime you want. And so these are some of the successes that you can do in your community. This engagement with our community is so very important. They see me, they think, Oscar the Grouch or Clean Communities and what I'm doing. And, the schools love to have me and the activities are fun. And I will partner with anybody, just to make it, more fun for everybody involved. Okay. Oh, wait. All right. So wait, I'm going back. I don't want you to see it yet. Okay. So when I first got ready for this program, Joanne told me 5 minutes. That's all I had. And then 5 minutes went to, well, you have a little bit more. So that's why I got all the slides. And those of you that know me know I like to play games. I will need somebody to help monitor the chat. So I have some games. And what's a game without a prize? You have to have a prize. So the prizes, I will tell you what they are at the very end. We will write down your names. And then this way you will get a prize. And again, everybody, here's the first one. Joanne, Lucy the elephant, just for you. Oh, wait, I went back. I didn't even give you a chance. Okay, find the Clean Communities logo. All right, I need the first person in the chat, if you can see it. I don't have a chat here. Oh, there
I
we go.
have it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get that very first person? Who's our winner, Joanne?
Lauren.
Okay, Lauren, I got you written down.
Hold
Thank
on.
you.
Lauren.
Don't we love Lucy? This was
I
for
don't have her
Anthony.
last name.
Yeah,
Hold
we
on.
love this.
Give it to
Okay,
you.
let's go to, all right. Here's the next one. Are you ready? Find 5 pieces of litter. The first person that can come up with 1 piece of litter, because I don't know how much time we have,
Okay.
will be my prize winner.
Going too fast, which is good because everybody's paying attention.
Okay. There's a lot of litter in this little park, isn't
I
there?
see. I think it's Dana.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dana Tyler.
Tree with a
Okay,
bird.
Dana. Oh, thank you.
And then Marjorie with a bag.
Okay.
But everyone's so excited. I didn't look. Oh yeah, see that? I see the tree. Oh, see
See
the
'em?
no plastic bags and trees in New
Look
Jersey.
at that. Look at that. Look at that.
See,
Okay.
that's why you're always
Are,
awesome.
are we good? Okay. All right. Not done yet.
Oh, hold on. Let
Okay.
me get to the bottom of the chat. Hold on.
Oh, find the word litter.
Oh,
There you have it.
oh, Anthony. Oh no, we got Carrie. Sorry. No, we got Jolyn. Jolyn.
Do we have a person?
Yes, Jolyn. Sorry.
Joan. Okay. All right. And I have
People are
one.
on it. They're like typing like mad.
I love
over here.
it. Okay. All right. We have one more
Let me get to the bottom.
because
Okay.
I do want to finish early. Okay. Find the Clean Communities logo and where's Waldo?
Oh, by the sun. We got. Oh, sorry, I said it out loud.
Do we have
I'm reading
somebody?
the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Carrie.
Carrie? All right.
Mescal.
Who is that one, Joanne?
Carrie, Keri, MES.
Okay. Wow.
You
This
can see how
picture.
close my face is to the screen. I'm sharing my screen.
Well, thank you all for playing my game. Now let me tell you about your awesome prizes. Joanne, you and I are going to come up with some awesome prizes. And these 4 people have to come see you at the Sustainable in Motion conference. Come to your table, give us your name, and you will get an awesome prize. So I hope you're registered for the conference. If not, you're going to miss out. So come get your prize. And it will be awesome because Joanne and I are going to figure it out, and we love to shop. So there you go.
I already have some ideas, so that's perfect.
That's it. I'm good.
Love it. That was amazing.
I will stop sharing.
But I'm going to, before I have 2 final announcements, I just want to say thank you to Christina and Justin for sharing all your information with Elise. I want to go to LitterCon next year, and what a great way to participate in the trunk or treat where all the kids go and the parents go, and it's the perfect venue to educate people, and they don't even know they're getting educated. It's genius. It's genius. So, and I also want to see a bigger photo of the pumpkins that were made from noodles, because I was like, what is that? I'm obsessed with pumpkins. So, Christina, I want one and I want to learn how to make them. I also need to clarify that the bottle cap artwork was done by Trailside Nature and Science Center, which is in the Watchung Reservation. So it was done by Union County, and it was part of their sensory walk, and they did win awards for that. It's amazing. One idea I have, because that's what Elise and I do, we take an idea and then we tweak it and make it better. Because not everybody can, put lights in stuff, but try glow paint. Because if you put glow paint on, it's going to glow at night. I learned that because I make little stuff from my front yard. So I'm trying to think what else before I go to my final 2 announcements. So I think that was everything that I wrote down from what Elise said. And there's so much stuff in the chat, I don't even know if there's any questions. But I did put in there that everyone does get 1.5 classroom credits for today. So you're welcome. If you needed 2, you only got 1.5. But you're almost there, right? So last 2 reminders. First, regarding your Clean Communities grants, specifically your 2023 grants. 2023 grants expired June 30th. Hopefully, if you had money left, you did an extension. But if you still have money left from 2023, make sure that you submit another extension. The extensions are only good for 6 months, which leads you to the end of December. So as long as you have your statistical report submitted, you'll be good for the extension. Remember, you can't spend your grant money past June 30th legally unless you have something in writing that says it has been extended. And the last official reminder, for those of you that are certified Clean Communities coordinators, your certification sheets are due to Rutgers by the end of the year, but don't wait. We all know our favorite Carol Broccoli is retiring soon. They do have a replacement, but I'm not gonna steal that announcement. That's for Rutgers to make, but she's here through the end, like right before Christmas. So make sure you send them in because you know how she's wonderful and gets everything processed quickly. And of course, make sure you say thank you and happy retirement and all that good stuff to Carol. I think there was only one question I wanted to follow up from I think probably our first speaker, Samantha, was about the litter data survey. It's going to be released, the final version, when we release the litter action, like when Sustainable Jersey releases the official litter action. But there is a sample on best practices on njclean.org, and it's been there for quite some time. So I apologize for not answering that sooner. I don't know if there's anything else in the chat. Can't see people, sorry. That do we receive notification when our research is approved? Yes, Rutgers will send out a card to you, so you can carry it with you and say, yes, I'm a certified Clean Communities coordinator. Said no one ever. And the word I couldn't find before was certificate. I told you I don't do early, so I was only 1 cup of coffee in. I will try to get certificates done, although don't freak out because the attendance will be sent to Carol and you all get credits. So I was trying to get this done early, so we're a little early, which is a good thing. I just want to say, obviously, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. To everyone, and thank you, of course, for all your support and all you do for Clean Communities throughout the year. Be happy, be safe, and thank you.